Welcome, everybody, to the Avengenerds podcast, where we talk Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host, Peyton, and with me is my co-host, Torn.
Goomba. Hi.
What?
Goomba.
What does that mean?
Goomba? Like, you know, like those like little like mushrooms?
No,
like
I know what a
Mario?
Goomba is in Mario. When you said that, a greeting.
Oh, I don't know. I was just excited. I saw it like on Instagram and just wanted to say Goomba.
Goomba. All right. Well, that completely threw me off. Anyway, we got a great show for everyone today. If you've seen the title, we're doing something new. All right, we're doing something new. We're gonna be. This is like the start of hopefully like a little series. It's not gonna be like every episode. We're gonna do it every once in a while, whenever we feel like it. But basically, the concept is we're watching movies that we haven't seen that people would tell us we're on crack for not seeing, like the best movies, like in the top 100, and we just haven't seen them. So for this episode, we're doing like Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption, because either one of us hasn't seen one of those. So yeah, but either it's gonna be like one of each of us hasn't seen a certain film, but the other one has, so there's stuff to talk about there, or we're gonna watch two movies that neither one of us has seen. But other than that, we got a great show for everyone today as far as news goes. It was a little bit of a slow week, but there's still some good stuff there that we definitely need to discuss. So let's get started with the news. Let's start off with some Star Wars. I don't think you particularly care about this, because I was taught me and Joel and I were freaking the fuck out, but Lego, the Skywalker saga.
Yes, releasing April 5th.
April 5th. I'm so excited. It's gonna be it's gonna be the best game of all time.
A nice birthday present to both of us.
Hell yeah. Oh my god, I'm so excited. It looks so good.
I know I saw the parts of the gameplay. Seems that the mechanics have changed and looks very, very different.
Definitely.
In terms of a Lego game.
Combat looks sick. It looks like just regular awesome. Third person. Oh my god. It's going to be so good. And it's finally coming out. I think they announced it in like 2019. So
yep.
Finally
get it.
Finally coming around to it.
3 years later.
And if anyone cares, they confirmed a mumble mode. So if you're familiar with the OG Lego games and the mumbling, there's a mumble mode. So that's exciting if you care about that. Honestly, even though like as far as those Lego games goes, like we're OGs, but I don't know if I'm gonna play with the mumble mode on, to be honest. It's like it's cool for the time, and I'm probably gonna play it multiple times anyway. So I'll probably do like a mumble playthrough. But I think for my first playthrough, I'm just gonna keep it off. But yeah. Next piece of Star Wars news is Mary Elizabeth Winstead has joined the cast for the Ahsoka series.
Yeah.
I have no clue who she could possibly be playing, but I'm excited because she's absolutely fantastic. She was good. She was great, and obviously Scott Pilgrim, but also Birds of Prey most recently. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what character she could be playing. Like I tried to speculate when this news dropped, and I was just like, I have no idea. I have no clue. But whatever. I hope it's not like a small role, and she's like a major player.
I saw that. I saw that too. Yeah, but I don't know what character who she could be playing. I remember I saw someone and they were like, "Wait, she got cast as Ahsoka? What?" And I was like, "No, bro, like no." And so that was pretty funny to see.
I think she could be like in a some Sith person. I think she'd be sick as like a bad guy,
So I wasn't saying how like she could play Hera.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I feel like she's a little young for Hera, but that's definitely still possible. Anyway, Next piece of Star Wars news is the Book of Boba Fett Episode 4 came out, and I know you haven't seen it, but massive improvement from the last episode.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I heard that this is like the best episode like so far.
I don't know if I go that far. I still think Episode 2 is like top tier, but this episode is still really good. And I noticed a pattern that the weakest episodes 1 and 3, both were directed by Robert Rodriguez, whereas the best episodes 2 and 4 were not directed by Robert Rodriguez. And it's like, damn, like is Robert Rodriguez just doing a bad job, or is like he just getting the bad scripts? I don't know what's going on there, but now I'm like, if I see directed by Robert Rodriguez, I'm gonna start dreading it at this point. I don't know, but yeah, as far as Episode 4, definitely a big improvement. It was the last episode seemingly that had flashbacks, and I've seen a lot of people criticize the flashbacks. I think it's actually the best part of the series so far, because all the stuff in present day hasn't really been particularly interesting to me, especially last episode. I mean, you saw with like the whole gang thing with their stupid scooters. I mean, I'd rather have him like chilling with the Tuskens and having stuff like that than cyborg people chasing guys at 2 miles an hour. But maybe that's just me. But on to some DC news. The Batman runtime has been revealed to be 2 hours and 55 minutes. Whew.
Yes, the longest solo origin movie to date. Solo movie of a superhero.
Yeah, with 3 hours of peak fiction.
Really? So remember the Dark Knight was 2 hours and 42 of the day. The Dark Knight was 2 hours and 42 minutes. And yeah, that was like the longest Batman film ever, longest solo movie ever. Yeah. But I'm glad that we are getting like nearly 3 hours of just a great movie.
God, I'm excited.
I've been seeing people be like, how long is Batman collecting these fucking trophies?
Yeah, I saw a thing. It's like, what if the entirety of the Batman is just him collecting Riddler trophies? I was like, oh no.
God, those things are fucking horrible to get in the goddamn games.
I never went for them. I'm not doing this. I don't care enough.
I've been meaning to play the Arkham series again. And I was thinking about getting like Arkham Origins because it's like backwards compatible.
Yeah, it's the only one I haven't played because it's not like in the Arkham collection because it's not Rocksteady.
Yeah, and people try to give like Origins like a lot of crap.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people come around to it recently, being like, you know what, this game wasn't that bad. And I'm like that with Arkham Knight. Like, people just were not. It's. I mean, really, it's just the Batmobile stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't mind the Batmobile, to be honest. I think they do utilize it too much, and it's too much of a crutch for that game. But I don't know. I didn't hate it.
It's kind of a thing to where it's like, I don't know if you ever played like Assassin's Creed 4.
I've only played 3.
Well, in Assassin's Creed 4, like you're mainly on your ship, like, and it's literally one of the worst parts about the game. Like, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of like the whole ship thing. It's probably why I haven't 100% completed like 3, because you have to like use like your ship and like do all this type of. It's horrible. Like, well, Arkham Knight as a game, I think is pretty fine. The Batmobile stuff is pretty overused.
Yeah, if you're gonna have like a traversal system that's like imperative to the game and it's like the main part of the game, it's gotta be good and it's gotta be satisfying, a la Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah,
like it's like sort of like with there's a lot of stuff you gotta just like collect. Like you got the backpacks and you got the Black Cat things and et cetera, and like taking pictures. And I'm like, I had no issue doing all that because I could just swing throughout the city and it felt great. God.
Yeah, I think like of course, I haven't played too many games in my lifetime, but I think like literally like in terms of like just overall gameplay and like story and everything, like Spider-Man PS4 is literally like the perfect game. Like to me,
It's so
it's
good.
like not I can never really get like bored playing it. Like of course, like you said, like the traversal system is like amazing. There's always something to do. You have like DLCs, and you have like you know, you just fighting bad guys all the fucking time.
The swinging
And then
is like just therapeutic.
it really is.
It's just
Like
like
it,
calming. Turn up the music. Oh, just
I
swinging through
know.
the city, man. Oh, it's so good.
But yeah.
Yeah. So
Fine.
onto more Batman news. The Batman theme dropped. Hottest single of 2022 already. It's gonna win Song of the Year at the Grammys. It's
Gonna
because
be is gonna be number one, clocking in at 12,000 minutes on my Spotify Wrapped for 2022.
you were in the top 0.01% of listeners.
Yeah, I know, and it's never gonna stop
uh,
because I'm gonna keep listening to that theme.
yeah, that theme, man, it's a freaking good theme. With that dun 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 dun.
And then it rises at the end. Oh my fucking god! I just levitated. My grandparents are wondering why is there a hole in the ceiling, and I'm like, you don't want to know.
But
God,
next piece of news is, according to the Cosmic Circus, Mark Strong will return as Dr. Savannah in Shazam 2 in some capacity. Don't know what that capacity is, because it seems like, I mean, just based off what we know about the film, he's not gonna be the main villain. It seems like that caterpillar guy
oh yeah,
isn't
Mr.
involved.
Mr. Mind.
Yeah, seems like he's not involved yet either. Or maybe that's like a Shazam 3 thing. But I feel like if they're gonna do Shazam 3, they're gonna do Black Adam. I don't know. I don't know what they were setting up with that, but I mean, Dr. Savannah, Mark Strong's freaking sick. So he's great and everything.
Definitely.
God, he
Yeah.
was so good as Sinestro. That's so unfortunate. he could have been like, I mean, he was like pitch perfect as Sinestro.
You know what's crazy?
But
Like it's just like one of the first glances of like the Shazam trailer, like back in like what 18.
yeah,
I don't know, that's when
2018, something like that. Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I was like, is that fucking Steve Carell?
Oh
But
no,
it was like literally the first glance. I was like, okay, no, that's not because it was longer.
Steve Carell.
Hey, no, look, hey, dead ass, bro. It looked like him for a second. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, it's not because it's not.
No.
Hey, look, I'm comparing two goats, so
Fair enough. But next piece of DC news. I mean, we got to talk about this Joss Whedon interview.
oh god,
Good lord.
Joss Whedon, piece of shit.
It's like, if you didn't hate him already, he really did this interview like expecting
Like expecting to like get like some like redemption out of what he's done.
like make him look like the good guy, and he just made himself look so much worse.
I know his
like,
PR manager literally quit.
There was very few Joss Whedon supporters, but there was like a few that was like, we don't know what's behind the scenes, they could be lying. And it's like, now if you support Joss Whedon after this interview, it's like, what are you doing? But
Yeah, I know.
Joss Whedon did an interview, and he said a bunch of stuff, but as far as it relates to DC, he called Ray Fisher a bad actor, and that's why he cut him out of 2017 Justice League.
When literally he was like one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah,
the whole
it's
part
like,
of the movie.
It's like, maybe people would, I guess, be sort of receptive to that if we didn't just get Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
But now that we've seen it, it's like, what the hell are you talking about, man?
And then not only that, but like there's some stuff with like Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot, because Gal Gadot said that like Joss Whedon threatened her career and stuff like that, and because she didn't want to do a scene, and Joss Whedon like threatened her career. And in this interview, Joss Whedon said that Gal Gadot, he didn't threaten her, and that Gal Gadot misheard him because, quote, English isn't her first language. What the hell, man?
What an asshole! Like literally. And then every other person on the Justice League were just saying like how like he's just horrible to work with.
Yeah.
He's a bad like director. He's just overall a horrible person.
Yeah, I can't believe that this is the guy that directed the first two Avengers movies.
And then like Jeremy Irons was like, nah, like I'm not dealing with this shit. When Jeremy Irons calls you out, you know you've done something fucking bad.
He admitted to coming on to women and like affairs and stuff, and he didn't apologize at all. Like he didn't even seem apologetic. Like this guy is something else, man. Like good lord.
I want to add on to that, like, you know, like some of the other stuff he's done, like, you know, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. A lot of the women came out, and then he even fired Charisma Carpenter for her being pregnant, and like just all that type of shit. I'm just like, bro, and to make things even fucking worse, was that like Joss Whedon compares he like idolizes himself as like a feminist, but he treats women like fucking horrible garbage.
Yeah,
and he claims that like because he is a feminist and knows about feminist things, like it gives him like the right to do that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Which is even funnier because there was a time, especially during the Buffy era, where it's like Joss Whedon was the guy to give like women like a place in Hollywood, and now it's like what the like in hindsight it's pretty obvious that this guy was a womanizer, not wasn't a feminist at all. But as like back to the guy, like we can't even forget this is this isn't new information, but it's like just in the context now, especially with what he said. But like the Gal Gadot thing, that the scene where like Flash is supposed to fall on Wonder Woman or whatever, and Gal Gadot didn't want to do it, and so he forced her stunt double to do it, and she didn't want to do it either, but he threatened her career as well. And she, obviously not being a star of the movie, has way less power, so she had to do it. Like, my God.
Very, very unfortunate.
Lock this guy up.
Even like as like even like if I was like Ezra Miller, I'd be like, hell no. Like, what the hell are you talking? Like, why you want me to do that? And like, but yeah, you know, like everything like made so much more sense. Like, you know, like around like 2018, 2019, when like more of the Joss Whedon stuff just came out, because like in the trailer you just see like and even in the movie you just see like ass shots of like Gal Gadot, and then like you see like fucking just a bunch of things in like the Avengers movies with Scarlett Johansson. Just like, bruh.
And he did the falling on the breast thing, like as if he
in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
And then like there's like a moment in the first Avengers movie when like Black Widow's getting like in a helicopter and she has like a fucking like side boob. I'm like, bruh.
And then there's like the just lingering ass shot on Black Widow when she's talking to Loki, and it's like, it's so obvious now in hindsight, man. It's so, oh man,
like, bro,
it's bad. It's bad.
I know,
but like Marvel fans are like all fandoms are trash, right? But like sometimes in each fandom, sometimes they do something, and I'm like, that's pretty funny actually. So now all these Marvel fans are like, dang, it's kind of crazy how Kevin Feige wrote, directed, and produced the first two Avengers movies all on his own. That's crazy. Joss Whedon, who's that? Like, I don't. But man,
yeah, we're gonna make our own Mandela effect right now.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's the Prima Nocta joke in Age of Ultron. Jesus.
Which one was that?
When the scene where they're all taking turns trying to lift the hammer, and Stark was like, so if I lift the hammer, I then rule Asgard, and Thor was like, yeah, and Stark was like, well, I will be reinstating Prima Nocta, which is the king or the ruler or whatever gets to deflower a bride before her wedding day.
Wow. Dear God.
And it's like, as a kid, that shit went way over my. I don't know what the fuck Prima Nocta means, but now it's just like that's like Stark is a is a douchebag, but I feel like even that's pretty far.
Yeah,
that's like a little out of character. Like Prima, not like he's with Pepper at the time too. Like it's like Jesus, what the hell? Like, oh man, but yeah, let's move on. Next piece of DC news is Peacemaker episode 4 came out.
yes, literally so good. Vigilante,
Yeah,
Vigilante,
Vigilante
the
was
Deadpool
awesome.
of the show, the Deadpool. Right
He's
now,
so good.
I know.
He definitely gets the most laughs out of me. But that fight. Well, spoilers, number one. So time codes in the show notes. Skip around if you don't wanna hear this. But like the fight scene in the jail. Awesome.
I'm like, damn. I know. I was like, damn. Like, that shit was fucking. And then he was. I love that bit of like, I like what James Gunn is doing right now. He's taking like bits of like modern conversations, and just like just throwing them in there, like when Agent Chase is like, oh, like, black people did like all these things for like music or whatever.
Oh yeah. I did love that bit.
And
it's like what do you, the question was like, let's go around in a circle and say like, what's the number one contribution that black people have had to society? He was like he said the invention of rock and roll music, because it's true.
Yeah, it's true. And then fucking he ends up fucking roasting them like so badly, and like it was just funny as fuck. He was like saying like, he said something about like, oh, how like your mom's like getting fucked by like black dudes and shit.
Yeah.
This one fucking dude. But yeah, that shit was funny.
Indeed.
And I love how like of course, like I was just thinking about yesterday how like James Gunn is like very, notorious for making like unknown characters kind of like, like bigger than they are.
Yeah.
I did some research on the White Dragon, and I'm just like, holy shit, it's fucking crazy.
Is he racist?
Yeah. He's a white supremacist. Like he's a white nationalist.
Perfect.
He was like captured. I think he was captured by the Suicide Squad in the comics.
Amazing.
So,
but like he also made Vigilante's superpower canon. How he can just like, he said he ate a Wendy's, like a literal Wendy's.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool.
But
I love his costume too.
I'm trying
his
to see that on
like,
screen now.
I know, right? But yeah, like I said, I love his costume. It's very like, it's very simple. It's like if you took ski armor, made it ballistic.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I love it.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, Snake Eyes?
Yeah. Now I can't wait for him to start doing some flips and shit with his fucked up pinky toe.
That bit, but that bit was hilarious.
Yeah.
Just not being able, and then what's her name was like, are you vigilante? He was like, what?
Yeah, he's like
no,
no, I'm not vigilante.
He's like, you sound like him. He was like, yeah,
he changed his voice.
He was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like you just changed your voice. It's like, no, I didn't. But we also got to talk about the end. Fucking Mern, dude.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Mern.
Man's a butterfly, whatever the fuck that means. Still don't know.
Dude, no, because like when I saw that, I was like, wow, everything makes so much more sense. Because in the first episode, he wasn't eating, and then like in the woods, he was like when he was talking to Economos, he like showed like barely any emotion.
I forgot. It was a moment. I think it was in the third episode. He was acting sus, and I clocked it. I was like, he's kind of sus here, and I don't know why. But God, I can't remember the scene. But
yeah, I don't know. Oh, like what was it? Was he doing like the like what when he got blown up in the house or whatever?
That's one. Yeah.
Or he got blown up in the house. He just got up like it was like fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Because like how in movies where like there's an explosion near a character and we're like, how the fuck did he not die? And just that was kind of like a moment.
And we gotta talk about the big conversation everyone's having. Peacemaker's thoughts on Batman.
Yes. I was telling Peyton because I saw the episode before him. I was saying how I love how they added the conversation about like Batman not being able or not killing his villains only for them to escape prison and keep terrorizing the city again, and that instantly brought me to the conversation of the Punisher and Daredevil.
Oh yeah, on the roof, yeah.
Yeah, that instant parallel. But that's a conversation that I've been seeing recently. Is like, why doesn't the Batman kill Joker, knowing that Joker is just gonna escape Arkham or Raven, or not Ravencroft, what the hell, escape Arkham, and just keep doing the same thing again, and like that's the thing too.
Yeah, my thing is like, Peacemaker is right, and like he should, especially in the DCEU where he's killed before.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like, I'm seeing people on like Twitter and stuff sort of get the wrong idea from this argument, and people are like, if you think Peacemaker's right, then you don't know shit about Batman. And I'm like, first of all, calm down. Second of all, I think you're missing the point a bit. We're not, when people are saying Peacemaker's right, we're not saying Batman,
he's right for killing.
Yeah, Batman should kill, as a character. Like, no, hell no, Batman should not kill. That's a part of his character. Batman should not kill 100%. No. But if the man was real and this was not fiction, he absolutely should kill these guys.
Yeah, and it's also like, of course, that this is something, I mean, it's been talked about before, like, but very little. Like, yeah, like you said, if Batman was a real character, and if he just beats down these people who they just go to prison, and then if you see again, like next week when these guys escape, they're gonna blame Batman and be like, why the fuck did you just kill this motherfucker?
God, especially in the DCEU where Batman's just like killing everybody.
Yeah, he was.
But like, you let
brutal.
the Joker live, like, it makes no sense.
Yeah,
he has the means to do so. Doesn't
he's done it? He's done it before so many times.
Dumb as hell
in the DC like comics.
But yeah, so Peacemaker was right.
Yeah, Peacemaker is definitely right.
And then,
he ends off the conversation by calling him a fucking like a Sharpay looking fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, Jesus, I'm just trying to have a conversation. But yeah, that shit was funny.
Great show.
Great indeed. How many episodes is it? Like 8?
I think it's 8. Yeah.
Dang.
Still don't know what the hell is going on.
I know, but it's good.
Halfway through, crazy.
Is it weird that like I kind of, well, besides of Hawkeye, but I'm really, really, I was more anxious, not anxious, but like I'm more excited to see this show more than like any of the Disney Plus shows.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm
well, so far maybe not, but like,
because I think it's just because like
Knight.
it's Peacemaker. Well, no, it's because like it's ongoing right now. I'm like itching to see what's going on more than like in the Disney Plus shows.
Nah, I think I was like, oh, where's the next episode with WandaVision more?
I think for me it's because like it's James Gunn, and I love what James Gunn does, because like it's Peacemaker. It's a fairly new character that not a lot of people know about, besides the Suicide Squad or whatever. But and it's like the whole story in general is like really good. I still can't believe this man he did back-to-back projects with a movie and a TV show. Love to see it.
And then doing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
but the holiday special and Volume 3.
Yeah, this man's brain's gonna be fucking fried.
He did say he's gonna take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
But even then, he's still
making money.
He's still coming back to another DC project at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't know what it is, but he's coming back.
You want to know what I want to see James Gunn do? And then besides like like Guardians in the MCU,
what's that?
I want to see him do an X-Men project.
Hell yeah, Kitty Pryde.
Kitty Pryde. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Yeah, that's the only thing I can remember. But yeah,
what X-Men could he?
I mean, he could do the original team.
Yeah, but James Gunn also likes his like really obscure characters.
He could do let's see. Let's see. Yeah, who else could he do? I was thinking about doing Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler would be cool. Maybe Colossus. Yeah, call it Coliseum. That'd be cool.
Deadpool.
He could do Domino again. Or
Again.
not again, but I'm saying like I'm talking about again as in like doing Domino like in the MCU or whatever.
With Zazie Beetz.
Yeah, Zazie Beetz. No, I'm gonna look into that. Which character could he do? I want to see him do Gambit.
I just want to see him in the MCU again. I don't want him to be done after Guardians of the Galaxy. He's such a good director.
I'm gonna DM him and ask him to give me his mind. I want to be just like him for real.
What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be James Gunn.
Looks back at the Twitter post.
Oh Jesus! that just process. I was like, what Twitter post? Oh,
yeah. Those are cursed.
Cursed, but people change.
True.
I think as far as Peacemaker goes, the only negative reviews I've seen are people being like, "This show's for liberals." James Gunn is woke. That's pretty much it.
Those would be the type of people that I agree with the White Dragon.
True.
Yeah, because like I remember in the second episode when he got arrested, or was it second or third episode? I don't know. But he got arrested.
It was a third episode.
Yeah, it was a third episode, and like they started getting on their knees.
Yeah,
everything clicked.
Hail.
I was like everything clicked. I was like he's a Nazi. It was like I knew he was a racist, but it confirms it.
Jeez, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, I know.
Because they were like sort of playing it like they were gonna like fight him or something. I could tell that they were gonna be on his side because that's just a little bit of a trope generally, where they're like and they look antagonistic, but then they're cool with each other. But they got their knees inhaled. I was like, oh my god.
I know, right? That shit's crazy.
But yeah, moving on to some Marvel news. A little bit of an unfortunate delay, but Marvel Studios Assembled Hawkeye has been delayed to February 9th. It's supposed to be out by now, and it's been delayed. So I'm sad.
What's Marvel's Assembled?
That's like the
behind the scenes.
Yes, the behind the scenes specials that they do for the Disney Plus stuff. Well, not the Disney Plus, just their most recent stuff.
Oh, okay.
They're always like an hour long of just behind the scenes stuff. I'm like, this is great. I'm loving this. But yeah, gotta wait to see the Hawkeye stuff. Trying to see more Kingpin content. The Kraven solo movie is reportedly set to begin production next month, which is like, as far as news on Kraven goes, like the movie was like greenlit and then Aaron Taylor Johnson was cast. Like, so if it's starting production next month, I mean, like,
I don't know, man.
Motherfuckers work fast. Like, well, I still don't know. I don't know, man. I'm hoping it's good. Like, I'm hoping Morbius is. I just don't trust Sony. I don't trust them at all.
I know, right?
God, just I don't know. Just, and it's like part of me wants them to do the thing where it's like throw Andrew Garfield in there and have it be in that universe so he can have his own thing going on, but at the same time, if Morbius is trash and this Kraven thing isn't very good, Andrew deserves better than that, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So like, I don't know, I'm really mixed on it, but Aaron Taylor Johnson seems like a good casting choice.
Yeah.
So that has me excited, whereas Morbius, I couldn't care about anything about that movie except the implications it may have regarding the MCU, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, last piece of Marvel news, and then we'll go on to the topic, is of course the Moon Knight trailer.
Yes. Loved it. Amazing. Like, I'm very, very excited for more psychological like shows like this. Of course, you know, I know next to nothing about Moon Knight other than like little small facts, but it definitely makes me want to get into his character a lot more. Might go cop an omnibus this weekend. We'll
I
see.
was checking some. I looked them up. I was like Moon Knight comics. But
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cop. I know I know a place where they have an omnibus. I'm gonna get one.
man, it has plugs for everything. All right.
Hell
Speaking
yeah.
of which, you completed your Daredevil collection.
Yes, I did. Well,
God.
for now.
Oh jeez. Man's
Because
gonna
I'm a
have
kid.
$2,000 worth of Daredevil comic.
Well, and I'm gonna get because I'm reading everything in chronological order. Because I got The Man Without Fear, the 5-issue run, and then I got Daredevil Frank Miller Daredevil run, volume 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm gonna get Daredevil Yellow, and then I already have like bits and pieces of the Malieve run and the Brubaker run. But I still need to collect the entire Malieve, Bendis and Malieve run. And then after that, I'm going to get into Andy Diggle's run with Shadowland, which I heard completes the Malieve and Bendis run. But the conclusion was kind of so I have to see about that. And I'm going to get Charles Soule's run. And I heard that Chip Zdarsky's run is like really great. I mean, Chip Zdarsky's already a great writer as well. Because, you did some Spider-Man stuff. So I want to see how that is with Daredevil.
What's your address?
No, we're not doing this.
Cool. It's just, I just want to stop by.
I'm giving you the Brubaker run of it.
True, but like, exactly. I mean, yeah, exactly. So, what's your address?
No.
What's I need to know. So,
No.
come on.
No.
It's all right. I got it saved in my phone anyway.
I have yours too. So
Yeah, but I don't have anything you want.
I could take a PC.
Honestly, it's pretty trash. It's old now.
PC's a PC. It doesn't matter. You can always upgrade it.
Or your laptop's better than my PC.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. But yeah, the Moon Knight trailer. the Moon Knight trailer is friggin' sick.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Nice seeing a remix version of Kid Cudi's Day and Night.
Day and night.
Seeing him like beat up a werewolf.
And also
seeing
him see Khonshu and
yeah, Khonshu is cool.
Funny, the old lady walked in. He was like, "I lost the contact."
Yeah. Also, you want to know something? It's like like when he's in the truck, like
Yeah,
he's like
falls
driving
out.
in or whatever.
Oh yeah, and he like drops the gun because he's like, "Whoa, where am I?"
You see like if you zoom in, there's a box in the back and it says Von Doom. So we're gonna be getting Doctor Doom very soon.
Pardon?
I mean, yeah,
For real?
I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you. It says Von Doom. Well, it says Von, but the D, and then it says one could assume it's Von Doom. I'll show you.
But people are roasting the shit out of Oscar Isaac's accent.
Well, no one can do a perfect British accent. Like, it's kind
What
of...
are you talking about? British people can.
Ain't no fucking way.
Am I wrong?
I mean, they're already British, though.
Well, no, because, I mean, Tessa Thompson can do one. Nope, she's American.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, but, like, yeah, people are like roasted. People are like, it's atrocious. Nobody talks like that here. And it's like, but there's also other British people that are like, it's not that bad. I don't know.
Yeah, people like literally overreact about everything.
But like they did a little, you know how they do like where the actors like react to the trailer or whatever. Oscar Isaac makes fun of his own accent. He was like, "My name's Steven" in the show, and he went, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" And I was like, at least my man's is self-aware. But yeah, and it's looking darker than normal MCU movies, so hopefully that'll make people happy. People are still like, it needs to be bloody, and I'm like, does it though? And I see people getting their hopes up too much. That people are like expecting like Daredevil levels of, and I'm like, let's keep in mind this is still Disney, you know?
Yeah, people think that more blood equals good.
Yeah. Like, there's plenty of stuff that pushes the boundaries of PG-13. I mean, the Batman movies, really, but
Yeah, exactly. It's People seem to forget that you could still be brutal while under the PG-13, like, break rating.
Yeah, and that suit.
The
Oh
suit's
my
good.
god, that suit.
Looks like a mummy, which is cool, like kind of like a neat trick. I see people talk about like the CGI is like bad, or like it's not, it doesn't look the best. I'm like, bro,
What
shut up.
CG?
CG of the suit. People are saying that. I'm like, no, it's an actual suit.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks mostly practical. I mean, obviously the eyes are not,
Yeah, because those are eyes, but still, like people are like, oh my god, fucking CG. Like, bro, y'all always complain about CG, bro. At this point, it's like you might as well just not watch anything.
Crazy how Marvel's Batman did the white eyes before DC.
That's true. That's
It
true.
looks so good too.
I know, right? Looks so awesome.
Yeah, I think my only if I had to nitpick one thing about the suit is that I wish the moon looked a bit more visible
Moony.
on the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's about it. Other than that, I'm so
I'm sold.
it's easily already one of my favorite suits in the MCU period. It looks, oh man. You think he's going to get a new suit by the end?
I think so.
I
Might be a little bit more armored, if anything.
I'm wondering how it's going to connect to the wider MCU. The only thing I can really think of is Blade.
Yeah, someone said how like it's gonna tie into like Blade and like Dark Knight, because like it takes place in London, and that's where like all that supernatural stuff was occurring. Because you see him beating up, you see him beating up like a werewolf, and that's kind of what like like Moon Knight and Blade and Dark Knight kind of do, is like calm vampires.
I saw someone say it was a specific character.
Nah, I mean, it's not Anubis. I mean, it might be Anubis.
Yeah, I think it was Anubis. But there was like a side by side, and I was like, that does kind of look like.
I mean, like we'll see. I still just think it's like a regular werewolf.
Yeah, it could be.
But yeah, hopefully in the future. I mean, we're probably gonna get in the future, but I know they're setting up like a Midnight Suns type of thing.
Yeah, or Illuminati.
Illuminati for sure. Speaking of Illuminati. Actually, do you want to talk about anything else? Is there any other
no.
parts of news? Because I was gonna say that like multiverse of madness stuff. There was a picture of Tom Cruise in a motion capture suit. How like Tom Cruise is gonna be like a Iron Man variant or something like that. I don't know. That's just what I saw.
My mom would be pissed. Fucking hates Tom Cruise.
Everyone was saying like, if I see Tom Cruise in the MCU, I'm gonna stop watching. I'm like, well, like, what is Tom? Like, what's about Tom Cruise?
I think it's pretty much just the Scientology stuff, which I'm not a fan of. But like, I was just it's a bit of an overreaction.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh,
it's gonna be
whatever.
Trash if Tom Cruise is in it.
Okay.
Did you see that No Way Home is like eyeing like a $770 million domestic run?
Really?
Fucking disgusting. It's grossed like $1.6 billion. And that's without China.
Well, time to go see a movie again.
Stupid. Literally, all I've wanted to do since seeing No Way Home is watch No Way Home.
Yeah.
That movie's gonna be on repeat when I get it on Steelbook.
Definitely.
It's like the only movie I've actually been tempted to buy digital first and then get the Steelbook because I just want to watch it. Also, just had a curiosity to see how much, if any, CGI that they've altered.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's gonna be in theaters by like fucking April.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to keep it there because I'm gonna keep seeing it every day.
But yeah, that is the news, which means it's time to begin our topic, which is of course movies that we haven't seen. If you're looking at the title, then you know it's Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption. That's right. We haven't, and by we, I mean I haven't seen Shawshank Redemption, and Torrin hadn't seen Pulp Fiction until recently, of course. So yeah, why don't you talk about some Pulp Fiction?
So I think Pulp Fiction is a great movie. Of course, been made by Quentin Tarantino, and I think the movie for me, I'm gonna start off with the rating first. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10 for me. As people, I mean, if you don't know, Quentin Tarantino he does non-linear storytelling, which it's kind of like the ending is the beginning and like the beginning is the middle, like like all that type of shit, right?
Nolan before Nolan.
Yeah, right. And so, watching this film, I'm like, that's kind of why I don't give like his movies like a 10. It's because like I'm not a big fan of the nonlinear storytelling, only because like it kind of confuses me until the very end. But
Kind of the point, though.
I mean that is the point. But so I'm very straightforward. I kind of want everything to be
Weak.
yeah.
Some film
Whatever.
major you are. You don't worship.
No.
You don't worship Tarantino. SMH.
Yeah, no, I don't worship the guy that says the N word all the time. I'm just kidding. I personally, it's fine. It was in the movie before I was even conceived. So yeah,
Yeah, I remember the N word in that. It completely threw, but I was not expecting it.
yeah, that's the thing too. Like I know that there's controversy about that, which I'll get into in a little bit. But so far as a story, it was really, really nice seeing. I loved, of course, like everyone has seen the like Samuel Jackson bit, like I dare you, I dare you, motherfucker. Like everyone's seen that. That was nice seeing in action. I love John Travolta, Uma Thurman, and Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was in this movie. Is fucking awesome as Butch. I fucking loved like his like little story as like kind of like being this boxer working for money. Also reminded me of Daredevil. Sorry. And it was like just nice seeing like how like everyone kind of had their own like individual like story. It was nice. I mean, even though I'm not like religious, I like seeing Samuel Jackson kind of throwing around Bible verses, having that little connection to like God and everything.
What's up with like religious stuff and like it just, I don't know, being a good basis for storytelling, like Daredevil season 3 specifically, like really leans into the religious aspect of the character. We keep talking about Daredevil.
But we do keep talking about Daredevils because like that's kind of like what like we,
because it's peak fiction, so
it really is.
But like like season 3 of Daredevil leads into that religious aspect and it's so good.
Yeah, we gotta thank Kevin Smith for that one because season 3 of Daredevil was based off the Guardian Devil, like a story arc of
Guardian Devil, Born Again.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I mean, you remember this. I mean, you just watched Daredevil recently. The scene where he like saves the people. It's like, and they're like, "Oh, thank God" or whatever. And he's like, "God didn't save him. I did."
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah, I would hate. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of. I would hate to be a doctor. Like I'd be like, "Hey, your son's saved," and it was like, "Oh, thank God, motherfucker! I did the work. I did the work. What are you talking about?" But yeah, going back to that, it just felt it fit really well with like Samuel Jackson's character because he's more of like, even though he's he's like pretty blunt, he's a blunt individual, he still wants to find like like the meaning of like his life and not just being like a hitman all the time and killing people. It's kind of like the thing too, it's like that's like one of the themes is like kind of finding like where you're at in the world and like if you want to keep doing just like pointless shit all the time, like killing people and like doing something that doesn't make you happy. Cause like that's like the thing with Butch. Like Butch was like a boxer, like fighting for money, and he didn't want to do that anymore. He kind of just wanted to just take the money and like leave. And then like in Butch's story, and like also the thing too, like we see like this thing with like Marcellus kind of like being this like hidden figure until like the middle of the movie, and this is when things start to get very fucking weird. So of course in the movie, Marcellus and Butch get into like a kind of like a fight, like type of thing. Like Marcellus is like shooting at Butch, whatever, because in the story Butch didn't want to box anymore for Marcellus. He ends up like knocking out one of the fighters, taking all the money, and like leaving to go be with his friend's wife. literally battling Jack Murdoch.
Like this is ridiculous. So, like, there should not be this many Daredevil parallels.
And so, so like after they're fighting, they go into this like gun shop or whatever, and Butch is about to kill Marcellus, and so like the gun shop owner was like, hey, don't kill the nigga, like all that type of shit. And it starts getting, and this is where it starts to get weird. So like later on, they're both Marcellus and Butch are in the chair. They're gagged and tied up, and then like this police officer makes like wannabe police officer comes in. And he's like, go get the gimp, and they open up this door and they get this dominatrix like dude, and they just like put him in the fucking room. And then like they were like, which one do you want to do first? And then it's like, I want to take the black one. And I'm just like, are they finna do it? Are they finna do it? And then
they did it.
They did it.
I hated that part.
I know, and you hear yelling and everything. They're like, yeah, get him, yeah. And I'm like, no, I don't want to hear this.
I hated that part. Why is this here?
And then like Butch gets free. He's like, gonna like leave, and he's like, no, I gotta save Marcellus, or whatever, and ends up killing one of the dudes, this gun shop owner. But like, it shows them doing it. I'm just like, bruh, ain't no fucking way. And like, yeah, and like that's pretty much like the end of like Butch's arc. He saves Marcellus, and Marcellus is like, we're cool, whatever. So we go back to everything ties together in the very end of like the robbers in the fucking like diner, because this little Bonnie and Clyde situation, and like everything just came together in the very end. Like you get to see like them, like John Travolta and Samuel Jackson walk out of the diner. Everything's fine. They didn't die, which I didn't, because of course you never saw Samuel Jackson in like the whole portion of the movie until the very end, and I was like, okay, thank God, like, or the third act at least.
Well, John Travolta does.
Yeah, John Travolta dies, but of course
blasted.
He gets fucking killed by Butch when he was in his apartment.
You remember? You remember Christopher Walken's name?
No.
Fucking Captain Coons.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Yes, I remember. Yes. Captain Coons. And I was like, oh. I laughed about that part, and I was like, oh man.
I always forget Tim Roth is the robber guy.
Yeah, Tim Roth was. Yeah, he was in Reservoir Dogs as well. But yeah, I don't know who that chick was.
How you feel about how'd you like Phil Lamar?
It was nice. It was nice seeing him.
The GOAT.
So, yeah, it's nice seeing Sally Shock being interrogated by Samuel L. Jackson. By Nick Fury.
It's nice seeing Samurai Jack.
Yes.
Interrogated by Samuel L. Jackson.
And like,
it was nice seeing Green Lantern being
oh yeah, for real,
interrogated by Samuel Jackson.
And of course, like this movie came out in 1994, right? And then like when Butch gets like the katana, I was like, wait, Kill Bill before Kill Bill.
Oh my God.
Because you have Uma Thurman in there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, no, that was cool. Yeah, so I explained this movie horribly because non-linear storytelling. I can't really explain it that well.
I mean, I think you did the best you could.
Yeah,
but
like I said, it's an 8.5 out of 10.
Pulp Fiction is generally considered to be one of the best films of all time. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Would I agree with it?
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, one of, yes. I think it's also a top tier Tarantino film.
Would you say it's the top 100 of all time?
Top 100? I mean, I haven't seen 100 films.
Well, I mean neither have I.
I mean, I could see it being in the top 100 for sure. Yeah. Oh my God, I gotta sneeze.
Sneeze then. Sneeze it. Go ahead. Sneeze.
Oh, okay, I did it. But yeah, it's definitely a great Tarantino film for sure.
You know what movie I should see for the next one of these? Next one we do? Parasite.
Yeah. Parasite's a good one too.
I've never seen Parasite.
I like Parasite.
I think a lot of people are saying it's like the most classic of classic movies that's ever been like released, like a modern, as far as modern film goes.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Or I could
It's
do
really-
The Godfather,
Oh, I haven't seen The Godfather.
the cringe father. Oh, you know what? I've never seen The Dark Knight. I could do that.
Yeah, I've never seen Pig Fiction before. I'm just kidding.
Overrated fiction.
Overrated fiction.
So yeah, you gave Pulp Fiction an 8.5 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I gave it back when I saw it, but
I should really start using Letterboxd a lot more.
Yeah, I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. I liked it. But I just, because people say it's Tarantino's best movie. I disagree. I think Reservoir Dogs is his best movie.
I think in terms of the movies that I've seen from him so far, I really like Kill Bill.
Got to see Reservoir Dogs.
I have yet to see Reservoir Dogs.
It's so good.
I try to watch. They take off like every fucking movie of his on HBO Max. I saw Pulp Fiction on Showtime, and like apparently like
Showtime?
all of his movies. Yeah.
Man, I thought that was on Netflix. They had to have taken that off recently. Then.
Yeah, dude. I have no idea, but like yeah,
I do notice like his movies like cycle on Netflix and HBO Max. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, and you want to know where his movies are on? Fucking Hulu. God,
Bro, just get Hulu.
bro.
Just-
I
You
think
keep spending your money on peak fiction, fair enough, but like,
dude, I'm sorry. God damn it. But damn it, dude. Always cuck me with that. But yeah,
Reservoir Dogs isn't even on Hulu anymore.
oh my god.
It's on HBO Max though.
I went to HBO Max and it wasn't there.
Did they add it again?
I don't fucking know, dude. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this.
Hold on. I gotta check that. I gotta check.
One movie that I've been wanting to see of
It's there.
Tarantino's is okay. Well, I'll watch it after this podcast. One thing I wanted to see with Tarantino is Inglourious Bastards. I've been wanting to watch that.
I own that. Fantastic. I think that's, even though I think Reservoir Dogs is his best movie, I think Inglourious Bastards is my favorite.
Okay.
Fantastic. It is fantastic.
Yeah. I forgot to talk about the controversy, but I don't want. I mean, we'll talk about that another time.
Not talk about it.
So pretty much like, you know, the thing about Tarantino saying the N word, you know, soft A and hard R, you know, he just basically like, people were saying like, you know, why is Tarantino saying the N word, and Tarantino was like, you know, I can write my characters however I want, like, you know, it's just a product of storytelling. You know, I can do whatever I want. And Samuel L. Jackson like defended him, saying like, you know, like it's, I mean, I got no problem with him saying it. Like, it means just part of the character, part of the movie.
Yeah, my mom is pretty conflicted on that because she likes Tarantino's movies, but she hates the usage of the N-word by Tarantino specifically. Because like in a Django, she's cool with it because it makes sense, right? In Django, but like a Pulp Fiction, it's just unnecessary.
Yeah, because you know, like, yeah, because the thing is too, like, it's very off-putting when you hear just Tarantino just say it like that, because you know it's Tarantino. But like, yeah, like, I mean, I'm not saying it was unnecessary in Pulp Fiction, but like it was definitely very jarring because, like, you know, in the movie where they go to his house to go clean up the car that fucking Vega literally just shoots like Phil Lamar in the back seat. They went to go to his house to clean up the car, and he's just saying like, "Oh yeah, you know, like nigga this and nigga that or whatever," and I'm just like, okay. You know, I mean, he said it. Like, I mean, I can't be mad. I can't change it.
Although he did like put himself in Django, didn't he?
He did put himself in Django. He was he was one of the like workers or whatever, like a dynamite company. I forgot if he said it. I mean,
sure
he probably did. Yeah, I know he did, and everything. But yeah, that's kind of the thing is like he was like saying like he was like also saying how like how when a black person can say it but he can't is like racist, and he's just saying like how if I can't say it, yeah, basically just saying like black people telling him that what a word he can't say is considered racist.
That's dumb as shit. My philosophy is Samuel Jackson said it's all right, so I'm gonna let it go.
Like I said, I personally like. I mean, if it's in the movie, it's in there. I can't change it. I can't, I can't speak for everybody if they want to get offended or not.
It's sort of like separating the art from the artist or whatever kind of thing. Where it's like for example, we were talking about it earlier, like Joss Whedon. Fuck that guy. But like, if the first Avengers movie is still gonna be one of my favorite movies ever. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough that it was directed by such a piece of shit, but I'm not gonna let that ruin a movie for me. You know? So yeah,
that's pretty much like that's the whole controversy that he got into.
Yeah, that's your Pulp Fiction then, yeah.
Yeah,
8.5 out of 10. Well, I watched Shawshank Redemption.
Oh my god, it's a great movie.
I mean, it was alright, I guess.
Oh my fucking god, don't you dare start.
Look, it was a great movie. It was. It's just like I watched Fight Club within the past year or two, and Fight Club was great also, but it's one of those things where because I hadn't seen them sooner, because like those movies are like cultural milestones, you know what I mean? So like film sense have been influenced by them. So I was already like used to a lot of the like, I'm sure when Fight Club came out, it's like holy shit, Brad Pitt wasn't there the entire time, like was probably mind blowing, but like through the quarter of the way through the movie, I was like, oh, he's not real.
You spoiled it for me. Stop spoiling it.
I'm sorry, but like but although in Shawshank it was just structural as when it comes to that. The fact that, spoilers for these movies, by the way, I don't know why you'd be listening if you hadn't seen these movies. But the fact that I felt stupid that I didn't realize, oh, this is where the tunneling out of the prison cliche comes from. Mm-hmm. Like because when it happened at the end and he like put his hand through the poster, I was like, oh, obviously, duh. So. Credit where credit's due. But like, I remember part of the reason why I hadn't watched this movie was like, all I knew about this movie was Morgan Freeman is in it. It's set in a prison. That's about it. I don't know. Yeah. Just everything about it just screamed, this movie is boring. And I just kept putting it off. And it wasn't boring. Like the beginning of the movie, I wasn't expecting. I was like, this isn't a prison. Some guy in a car loading a gun. What's happening? And then of course, all the setup and stuff, and they make it pretty clear to the viewer that he didn't kill his wife or whatever. And then he's sent to prison, and Morgan Freeman's narrating because of course he is. It's Morgan Freeman. Yeah, but like the whole thing where like it was such a cool thing where he's like in prison and he's like doing everyone's like taxes and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool because he's obviously like a good person.
Yeah,
but Clancy Brown was in it. My guy, Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs with the antagonistic roles again.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Daredevil.
And then of course you got the Warden, who is in Daredevil.
God. Let's call this the Daredevil reference episode.
If you haven't seen Daredevil, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Truly peak fiction. Do you know what isn't peak fiction? Shawshank Redemption.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. But what was I talking? Oh yeah, Clancy Brown, Mr. Krabs. It was hilarious, just because he just sounds like Clancy Brown, but then when he yells, he starts sounding like Mr. Krabs. Because I don't remember which voice actor said this, but they said you can always identify a voice actor by their scream. which is true. Like, there was literally a moment in the movie where Clancy Brown goes, "Get back to work." I was like, that's fucking Mr. Krabs, man.
Yeah, and the next time he starts saying, "Mr. Squidward."
What's the main character's name? Dufresne or something?
Andy. Yeah.
Mr. Dufresne, get back in your cell. Like, Jesus. But then you got Leland, who's apparently just an asshole in every movie and show he's ever been in, and yeah. So he starts doing every. Oh man. Yeah. I was about to just go through the motions of the movie, and then I just remembered Brooks.
Brooks was so sad, man.
I was not expecting that gut punch. I wasn't expecting that at all.
And then like the message he left.
Brooks was here.
Oh god, dude.
I was when that scene was playing out, I was like, because he was already talking about how he doesn't belong, how he wants to do a crime so he can go back home or whatever. And he gets on the desk, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna kill himself. But then he starts writing Brooks is here, and I was like, oh, he's just writing Brooks is here. And then he kills himself.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
No.
But yeah, man, that's like a real thing. Like,
yeah,
you've been in prison for so long that like you just get adapted to it, and you can't you can't adapt to the real world,
especially when that long. Like he talks about in his letter how technology had advanced, and everything just seems foreign.
Yeah, because when he leaves prison, he's like looking around at everything. Yeah, he sees like all these like cars and like all these stores with TVs and everything. Like, he didn't have that, and or at least he didn't have that at that advancement of technology, and so like he just couldn't take it. It took a toll on him mentally, and that's just what happens. And that was so fucking sad, dude. I was like like I had like kind of like a pretty straight face during the movie, and I guess I felt a little happy that Brooks like left, and I was like, oh, he gets to enjoy his life, and I had the biggest frown when that happened.
Oh no. But then you got that greaser kid who just gets sniped by Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, bro. I was like, what the hell?
Why? Why'd you gotta? Why? I mean, I know why, but like,
you wanted to make a difference. He wanted to like actually learn.
God. And then, why Mr. Krabs gotta do that though?
I don't know, man. I think he says he lost 62 cents for selling SpongeBob.
Well, you know what I realized? Like, that movie came out in 1994, which was already weird to me because I don't know. I kind of just assumed it was an 80s movie. But like, it came out in 1994, which means only like 5 years later he was doing Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Which is wild. My guy just got off arguably in the top 50 movies of all time period. And then he's in a voiceover booth going, Mr. Squidward. But at the same time, man. I mean, SpongeBob, he's making bank off SpongeBob.
Making bank off SpongeBob. Like, literally, like he's like he said, top 50 movies of all time, going from like one of the like number one, like arguably the most number one, like best cartoon of all time. Most memeable cartoon as well. Is literally a meme for everything in that show. It's
borderline, like, going on too long. Or not borderline, it has been going on too long. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Squidward?
Oh my god.
Mr. Scott. Stop. But yeah, Mr. Krabs ain't gotta do the greaser guy like that. But you got like the president from Iron Man 3. Oh, it was tough in the beginning when they got that fat guy killed.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
Krabs
dude.
killed him. Mr. Krabs is not a good guy.
He really isn't.
But yeah, you got the president from Iron Man 3 getting him killed. Jesus. Oh, and you got like those how do we say rapists, and which it's like while I was watching the movie, I was like, obviously these guys are here, but damn, I didn't expect them to like they didn't go as far as Pulp Fiction, mind you, but they implied.
Yeah, I was just, man, I was like, bruh, ain't no way.
Real tough. You hate to see
Really?
it. And whoever
Honestly.
they cast was great because wanted to just punch him in the throat. Dude played that role too well.
I know, right? It's just something that we don't know about. I'm just kidding.
But I know
Also,
sorry, go on.
I'll say, like, thought the end that Morgan Freeman's character was gonna die, but I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah, I was a little bit on edge too. I was on edge because part of me thought they weren't gonna pay off the buried stuff thing, and I was gonna be annoyed. But then when Morgan Freeman was like on his way or whatever, I was on edge. I was like, oh no, I don't know, something's gonna happen. But luckily, nothing did.
I'm like, yes, the good ending.
Shawshank Mid-demption.
Tired of you.
But yeah, I gave it like a 6.5 out of 10.
I'm tired. I'm out of here.
No, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It was good. What I say, it's in the top 100 movies of all time? Probably. Just because I had a really just like when you watch movies like this, you gotta place yourself like in the time they came out. Because if you don't place them in the time they came, like if you're judging it by like today, it's relatively standard.
Mm-hmm.
But like for the time, incredible, incredible movie
For sure.
It's like and I think a lot of people sort of judge old movies like that now. Like some are more fair than others. Like you got your Citizen Kane, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to watch Citizen Kane. I'm not because like I'm sure it's incredible for the time, but like I'm not. I do not care. But you also got movies like The Godfather, where I'm sure they hold up insanely well, and Shawshank, which now I know holds up, and then you got Back to the Future, which is the best movie of all time, which holds up. So and then you got like. And that's the best thing about animated movies. They're fucking timeless.
They really are.
But yeah. Am I missing anything about Shawshank Redemption? I feel like there's a chunk of the movie. Like the whole section where he gets like the library and stuff like that. He actually makes the prison a legitimate like rehabilitation, like it's possible to be rehabilitated there. That was great. Yeah, my guy Andy's a goat.
He really is.
I like the I like how Morgan Freeman was the guy that could get anything. And I always loved how if you needed something, they always had that line back and forth. He's like, I heard you're the guy who can get things. He was like, he's like, yeah, I've been told to, get things from time to time. What do you need? Or whatever.
I love the scene of like them like, doing work on top of the roof, and they're like, like getting beer.
Oh yeah.
I love that, like those scenes.
Well, even the confrontation with Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Actually, that was the scene where he was like, "Get back to work."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how Andy was like, "Listen, I can help you with your money," and Mr. Krabs was like, "I like money." money. But yeah, he was like, yeah, just get my friends here some beers. And I'm like, you know what? fair trade, W. My guy was a walking L and a walking W at the same time.
I know, right?
But ultimately, a walking W. And it was really satisfying how he just finessed the warden. Like, absolutely just ripped all of his money and the warden offed himself. Deserved.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like how he just stole because he put it all under a fake guy, and then he assumed the fake guy or whatever, which gave me Catch Me If You Can. Have you seen Catch Me If You Can?
I think I have.
With Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, yeah, no, probably not. Sorry.
It's a great movie. Add that to the list.
I will.
But yeah, Shawshank was it was good. Yeah, I'm still pissed. I'm so pissed I didn't realize, because like he gets the poster, he puts it on. That's the number one. The whole behind the post. I don't know how I didn't pick up on that. I felt so stupid.
Yeah, no, like because like it's like, is that for, like,
he got a little hammer too. I don't know how I didn't pick up on that.
There was definitely foreshadowing in that movie, like for that too. There's like little lines from Morgan Freeman that he said about it.
Really?
And
like what?
I don't remember. I don't remember the actual line, but I do know there was foreshadowing.
Like Andy Dufresne, he escaped. he had a hammer and sickle. Oh, you could carve a hole at that hammer and sickle.
But,
I don't know.
God.
I can't. Obviously, clearly, I can't do Morgan Freeman.
We need Morgan Freeman to
Morgan Freeman.
We need to narrate our lives.
Nah, Jeff Goldblum. Just
I don't know.
Jeff Goldblum. Oh yes. Oh, look at the two boys recording their podcast. Yes. Fucking Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, it's like pretty much like what he was saying. How like one of the lines of foreshadowing was that Andy was telling the warden that salvation lies within, and he was expecting his Bible with the rock hammer inside. That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now if like I rewatch that movie, now that scene's a lot more stressful when he takes the Bible, because like the hammer's in there. Like yikes.
But yeah, that was something that was cool too, and I was like my fucking heart, dude, literally was just going through the roof when he escaped. And I'm like, he's like in the rain and he's all doing all that stuff. I was like, come on, escape! And he's, I was like, yes.
When the shot where he's like looking up in the sky and it's raining and he has his arms out or whatever, I had seen that shot, but because it's an iconic shot, but I didn't realize. I thought that was still in the prison. I saw that one. I don't know. I didn't put two and two together. It's called. It's Shawshank Redemption. I don't know. It should have been so obvious.
But yeah,
his wife sucks.
I know, right? Cheating.
They do be cheating. Oh, and then when Red got out, and he had the same like path as Brooks.
Yeah,
with a similar letter as well.
I was like, man.
And then he stood up on the desk, and I was like, "Do it, Red. Do it. You won't."
Wow.
I'm just kidding. But then it shows like Brooks was here, and also Red. And I was like, "This is so nice. It's so nice."
And then him and Andy found each other.
Yeah,
I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
God,
sorry.
I can't deal with this.
I'm sorry. It's true.
I'm out of here. I'm leaving.
It's true. I don't know what to tell you.
That's the end of the podcast.
It's a mid-movie.
Stop talking.
And look. You compare Shawshank to an absolutely goated piece of cinema, which is
The Dark Knight.
No, what the hell? Iron Man 2. and
right.
Obviously we all know.
All right, thank you for listening to the Avengers podcast.
We all know Iron Man 2 is a superior film.
Stop talking.
It does everything Shawshank does, but better. You know,
I'm over it. You already said it to me.
There's a courtroom scene, and the one in Iron Man 2 is way better. Did I say it was an 8 out of 10 shit?
You said it was an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it's an 8 out of 10. It definitely is in the top, probably in the top 100 of all time, just out of, it being for the time. I want to like, it's hard because like, I forgot to ask my parents what it was like to not know the Darth Vader twist because I'm still really curious about that. But yeah, like I wonder what it was like to watch this movie like when it came out. That would have been awesome. But yeah, is that the show?
That is the show. All right. Thank you for listening to the Avengers podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengers on Twitter. That's AVENGE. Nerds, all one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at Torrentino on Twitter. And where can they reach you?
Well, they can reach me in a multitude of places. I'm on Xbox, PlayStation. You can find me on Twitter at @itzenith_ or youtube.com/itzenith.
Sounds good. We have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Those will be linked in the show notes. You can check out our Linktree for the additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show in-app on Apple Podcasts. If you could leave 5 stars and review, it would really help us out.
You can even leave a negative review. You could be like,
if you leave a negative review, I'll find you.
Nah, you can leave a negative review as long as you give it 5 stars. You could be like 5 stars. This podcast sucks. Go ahead. You can do that too.
I'll find you.
Yeah, we'll find you. We'll find you, but do it. Do it. Give us an excuse.
Thanks for listening to the Avengers podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Out of here.
Look, I'm sorry. It's a 6 out of 10.
I'll talk to you.
It's a mid movie.
I'll talk to you. I'm about to make a TikTok right now about how The Dark Knight's the best thing ever.
No.